Hello, lawyer. I'm Catherine Mason. I am still the director of Cambridge Law Studio. People have been asking about our legal English courses. We do have courses with certificates on our website, cambridgelawstudio.co.uk. Please download the free vocabulary PDF that comes with this video if you have not already. Welcome to our quick legal vocabulary class. Pledge. In the last video, I talked about the meaning of the legal English word encumbrance, which is often found in commercial contracts. There are many different types of encumbrance, and in the previous video, we discussed what type of encumbrance a lien is. Today, we'll discuss the meaning of a different type of encumbrance, a pledge. Don't worry, please, if you missed the previous video, I'll do a very quick revision here of the words encumbrance and lien before we speak about pledge. An encumbrance is a legal interest that someone else has in whatever is being sold under the contract. It could be that the encumbrance is in the form of a lien or a pledge, but there are lots more types. So, what does that mean? A legal interest that someone else has in whatever is being sold under the contract. Please imagine that I'm going to sell you this phone today. You are in your country, I'm in Cambridge, and you're giving me £50 for my old iPhone. An encumbrance means someone that you don't know about, but I do know about, has some kind of legal right in this phone. It's not completely mine to sell because someone that you don't know about has a legal interest in it. And if you buy it, you're taking a bit of a risk when you give me the money. Let's continue and see where that goes. Here is an example of a lien. Cambridge Law Studio sells books, legal English books. They're not, they're not exciting books. And we use DHL to deliver those books all over the world, except the places where people already speak English as a first language, the rest of the world. We have used DHL for 26 years to deliver our books. Now we have a written contract with DHL, and they have an automatic right to keep possession of any of our goods that they have in their possession if we don't pay the monthly bill. I hesitated there because we've paid the monthly bill on time for all 26 years. This is just an example, I promise. So you are in your country, you come to our website, you buy a legal English book. Melissa in our office puts it in a box and gives it to DHL. But here's what you don't know. We haven't paid the monthly bill. So DHL now have a right to keep any of our books that they already have and not deliver them to you, to keep them until when? Until we pay the bill. That right to keep the goods is called a lien, and a lien is a type of encumbrance. It's a third party legal interest in what I am selling to you under our contract. Our contract with DHL, that's the third party problem for you. So when you buy a book, really, we should guarantee to you that there's no encumbrance, including no lien. And we do. promise you that because we pay our bills on time. So that's what a lien is. In your first language, can you get the word encumbrance? And can you get the word lien? They're not synonyms. A lien is a type of encumbrance. See what you can translate. A pledge is different from a lien. In the example of a lien, I did not choose to allow DHL to keep my books. It's an automatic right that they have under the contract between me and them. A pledge happens when I have a financial problem and I choose to give my books to someone as security until I pay a debt to that person. Let's look at an example. An everyday example of a pledge is this. It's just imaginary, don't worry. If I can't pay the rent on my apartment this month and I take my jewellery to a pawn shop, P-A-W-N, don't worry, P-A-W-N, a pawn shop. I don't want to sell the jewellery. I just want to leave it with the pawn shop as security for money that I want to borrow from them. For example, my most precious jewellery is this little ring that I got from one of my grandchildren. It's my treasure, but I can't pay my rent this month. So I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to go to a pawn shop and leave this ring with them as security because I want to borrow £500 for a period of 1 week. That is a pledge. I just pledged my most precious possession. And businesses sometimes do the same thing. When you pledge goods, you have to give up possession, just means give them, to the person to whom you owe the debt. I cannot borrow the £500 from the pawn shop unless I leave the ring with them. I can't have the £500 and the ring and go home with both. I can only have one. So I leave the ring and I take the £500 to leave to pay my rent. I just pawned my ring. A lawyer would say I pledged. The verb to pawn is more of a person in the street vocabulary. A lawyer will say pledge. So I've got my £500, the pawn shop has my ring, and I say to you in your country, hey, do you want to buy a ring? And if you say yes, I don't have that ring to give to you because I pledged it. So can you see the risk that you are taking when you pay me the full price for something that I have pledged? And businesses, big businesses, do pledge their goods. And that's why in the written contract, if you are representing a buyer, you need to get the seller to say there's no encumbrance on these goods, including no lien and no pledge. A good, true example of this is when a famous UK retailer, now retailer just means a store that sells goods to the public. Amazon is a retailer, but this was a physical retailer, a very famous, quite posh British shop, and it could not pay its employees during the 2008 financial crisis. So the whole world has a financial crisis in 2008. It may be before you were born, or maybe you saw it, but it caused a lot of economic difficulty, even for big posh shops. And this British shop could not pay its employees, which is a crisis. To avoid legal action from the employees, the store pledged thousands of bottles of whiskey to the trade union representing the employees. So that's the store saying, we cannot pay you this month, we will pay you next month. Okay, you require some security for that salary. What security can we give you? We've got thousands of bottles of whiskey that will only increase in value over time. That's good security. And the trade union said, yeah, okay, but we require you to pledge it. In other words, hand it over. You cannot keep it if you pledge it. So the trade union had physical possession of the bottles of whiskey until all the employees' salaries were paid. Pledged. So, if you are representing a client who is buying goods, such as legal English books or bottles of whiskey, you must require the seller to state in the written contract that the goods are sold free of, without. Free of means without. The goods are sold free of any encumbrance, third-party legal interest, including any lien or pledge. If you do not get that statement, there is a risk that the seller doesn't physically have the goods to deliver them to your client. So that is a super important sentence in any commercial contract. Congratulations, you can now use the word pledge like a legal professional. To practice these words in this video and more for free, please download the PDF, which is part of our A to Z of Business Law book. You can find our on-demand, beautifully written by me, recorded courses at cambridgelawstudio.co.uk. My absolute guarantee to you is I wrote them, no ChatGPT, they're pretty good, we've used them in Cambridge, and they all come with a certificate if you want one. So the link for the book is in the description below, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.